we sometimes say, that was an ugly baby, but it's our baby. So we're happy to get out of here with a win. Got to give Boston College so much credit. They really took it to us all day long, and I just think again they've been well prepared, and we were really fortunate that we were able to get some turnovers down the stretch and hit some big shots and find a way to win. So I'm proud of our kids for hanging in there, and I'm sure we're going to learn a lot from that film of things we got to do better. But glad to get a road win.
All right, Mike, we'll start with you.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Knowing you, I imagine you were not super pleased in the first 3 quarters of this game. I was wondering if you can kind of, take me through what you saw the first half, even the third quarter. And like you said, Kayla mentioned how this could be a great teaching game. There's got to be plenty you can take away, especially as you just start conference play, right?
Yeah, and that's one thing. First lesson is we're gonna get everyone's A game. I mean, we got a target on our back now, and we're everyone's Super Bowl, so to speak, and we got to be ready to play. And it seems like we're getting off to some slow starts. Defensively, the first quarter they put up 20 points. We try to hold people to 30 and a half, so we got off, dug a hole right there. We had way too many turnovers, I think, at halftime. Forgetting right now off the top of my head, but way too many turnovers, and we're just careless with the ball. And then we didn't shoot well. Let's face facts. Our starting guards, they struggled today, and it was one of those where you have to play defense, you have to rebound. They hurt us on the offensive board. Seemed like every time they got an offensive rebound, they kicked it out for a 3. So we were just all day long, really, every time we'd take a step forward, we'd give something back. And then, like I said, down the stretch, we're not really a pressing team, but, we were able to get a few turnovers off the press and got us going and got some energy and started believing we could do it. And so, again, great comeback at least.
All right, Michelle.
Yeah, Coach Moore, this is Michelle Vopel from ESPN.com. I'm wondering 2 things. First, in some ways, it's not that you lower expectations in any way, but when you're considering everything that's going on now, do you sort of just look at this and say, hey, even if we win a game that's not the way I wanted to play it, it's still a big deal? And then have a follow-up after that.
Yeah, again, and I appreciate you being on here, Michelle, but, we got to realize, like I said, that we're going to have to play every night. This league is tough, and from top to bottom, there's any team in this league can beat you, and our team needs to understand that. Hopefully, we learn from that. But yeah, I mean, to get a road win in the ACC when you didn't play, your best, and again, Boston College probably had a lot to do with that. You're just thankful to get out of here. Again, we're going to have a lot of good film, I think, to break down and learn from, and then we'll move on to the next one. But I think in some ways to get out here with the win, but still be able to learn from it, I think will be a good thing.
And then my other question is just about Kayla, just the type of leadership she's showing, big game ability. I know that's not a surprise to you, but maybe she's getting a little more attention nationally that she probably deserves now.
Yeah, she's the glue. I mean, you can say what you want. I mean, she of course today she led us in scoring. She doesn't always do that. She didn't. When you look at the numbers, she didn't have a great game. I mean, like she normally has a really good assist to turnover ratio. She didn't do that today. Normally she's going to get more rebounds. Today she only had 4, but they were some big ones when she got the offensive boards. Again, I just think she holds us together. I mean, she's a winner, and she works extremely hard. She's playing, her knee bothers her quite a bit. And here I sit there and played her, 38 minutes. So that probably isn't good for it either, but we'll give her tomorrow off. But yeah, can't say enough about her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Justin.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I wanted to follow up on Kayla Jones, second game on the road this season where, game's on the line, ball in her hands. She makes a huge three.
Yeah.
What does she add to your team in terms of someone that you can trust to knock down a shot in those big moments?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, like I said, she's just a winner. So when, you get in that situation, she doesn't hesitate. She's ready to step up and make a play or knock down a shot. And you're right. I agree. That three was really big. Came at a critical time when we were trying to get over the hump, so to speak. Seemed like, like I said, all day long, when we take a step or two forward, Boston College would answer, get a rebound, kick it out, and bury a three. And so, for us to hang in there, and I think Kayla Jones provided a whole lot of leadership, and her attitude about things is just contagious. And I think everybody else jumped on her back.
I've got another one for you. With 6 minutes to go, trailing by 16, you went to that full court press, and you clearly seemed frustrated with the defense all game. But what'd you think of the press? It seemed like, it seemed like that was the best thing that worked tonight. Is that something that we could maybe expect moving forward? You could learn a thing or two from Coach Keats.
Yeah. Oh gosh, here we go. Yeah. We don't press a ton, and we probably don't work on it as much as we should. And I got a fan out there that constantly reminds me of that we need to press more. And I think because he loves Coach Keats, but Coach Keats has a really deep bench and a lot of big time athletes. He recruits to his system very well. But again, don't get me wrong. Today it won us a game. There's no doubt about it. Got us back in it. And you do what you have to do. Last year we didn't play zone all year long. We get in the conference tournament, Georgia Tech going down the stretch, we went zone, and it was the difference. And today it was the press. So, yeah, we probably do need to work on it a little bit more and clean it up some. But, the thing about a press in that situation too, it gives you a couple of things. First of all, obviously, if you can turn them over, that helps you to get on a roll and all that. But the other thing it does, it forces the other team a lot of times to take a quick shot because, okay, we got the numbers, we beat the press, we got the numbers. So I'm taking the shot, and consequently they take a quick shot and buys us more time on the clock. So, today it won the ball game, no doubt. So, and the players, as always, have to execute it and make it work. And they did a great job.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats again.
Thank you.
James, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach Moore, congrats on the win. Obviously coming in, it felt like in this game, Alyssa, I don't know if there's something there from a motivation standpoint or what, but she seemed much more involved, much more engaged. And in turn, you can look at her production and obviously her free throw attempts. Did you feel like you got that type of an effort from her tonight?
Oh, yeah. Again, played her a lot of minutes. She was in foul trouble in the first half and set up some then, but I don't think she came out in the second half. Again, they went small. They went real small. And consequently, they tried to be real physical with her. And a lot of times, again, because of the advantage she had in there on the block, they had to resort to fouling some. And she was able to knock down the free throws. First half, she was kind of trying to lower her shoulder a little bit. And she's got to understand in those situations that she's got a size advantage. She needs to use the baby hook, needs to use the turnaround, and not necessarily try to bull her way in there. But second half, she did a much better job of that, staying composed, and just battled for us, knocking down 11 out of 15 free throws, getting 15 rebounds. Again, KJ did a great job, but hey, you got to look at the numbers Elisa put up too, and how hard she battled in there. So definitely those two put us on their backs and carried us today.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you.
Rob, go ahead.
Wes, I was just wondering your perspective on the overturned charge call. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Do you know what happened?
Yeah, the defender had her feet inside the circle. So the other official came over and pointed out that she was inside the circle there. And so consequently, it's automatically a block. And so thank goodness for that. But yeah, I was obviously a big play right there, a big turning point in the game, and made a big difference with it going our way. But again, that's the way the rule is. If you're inside there, it's automatically a block. So luckily the other official noticed it.
So it wasn't a video overturn. It was just one official overturning the other.
Yeah. Yes. The one official saw the feet in the circle. I think they went to the monitor to make sure, if I heard them correctly, to make sure they had the correct person that drew the foul. Wanted to make sure they had that correct. And then, yes, you're right. It was, ended up being a 3-point play for us.
All right, and we'll go to Michelle for our last question.
Yeah, Coach. With everything that's going on, I mean, we've had games obviously canceled, things that come up. How do you talk to your players about just trying to stay in the moment? I mean, so far things have gone pretty well for you guys, but we've had other ACC games canceled, all that kind of stuff. How have your kids dealt with that?
Yeah, we just constantly remind them, obviously, that's what I said the other day. I do think that the athletes are in a safer spot maybe here than they could be anywhere else, because we're testing 3 times a week. And whenever we're around each other, we're wearing a monitor that allows us to do contact tracing. So I think we're doing everything we can. But, part of it is too, you're just fortunate. And, so far we've been pretty fortunate with it. But, I think everybody's going to have their moments. And you just got to keep reminding them, when they're sitting down eating, that's a really important time, because you got your mask down. We need to really be careful about our spacing and all that there. And, again, we're going to let them go home for about 6 days for Christmas. You worry about that. They got to make good decisions and be careful who they're around. But yeah, other than that, I'm just coaching, and we're doing our thing and just constantly trying to remind them of these little things we have to do different. But you're still just one day at a time, like you would be anyway, and preparation and all that for the next game.
Thanks.
Thank you.